58 is a nice year. It can feel like everything is falling apart though because of the 8, but let's start with the 5. So 5 is a message of balance. It's about this year is the opportunity to stop looking at things from a lack point of view and to start looking at them from a gratitude point of view. So let's say, for example, I'll use the same example as last time. Let's say, for example, you're looking at your bank account and you're like, but there's nothing in it, or I don't have enough, and where is all this money coming from? I have to pay my rent, I have to pay this, I have to pay that. That is a lower frequency version of it. That would be here. But we also have the higher version of it, higher frequency version of it. So this end was a lack of money. This end would be, I'm so grateful for the job I have that allows me to pay for the things that I pay for. I'm so grateful for the water that I get to have an amazing shower with. I'm so grateful for the house that keeps me warm and keeps me sheltered and that I get to be live comfortably in. I'm so grateful for my sofa. I'm so grateful for the shoes that I wear to be able to protect my feet. I'm so grateful for the clothes that keep me warm. I'm so grateful. Anything that you could be grateful for that you need money to buy. The thing about money, and most people's lack is money. Not to say that yours is, Cheryl. I'm just giving an example. The thing about money is if you focus on the lack of money, what you're creating is the lack of money. You want money, but you're focused on the lack of it, which means that you can only continue to receive the lack of it. We create what we are focused on. If you're focused on money in a lack, it's not because you're focused on money that you're going to receive it, because it's in lack. If it's lack, it means that you're not focused on money. You're focused on not having money. So if you want to attract more money, you have to focus on the things that you want with the money and focus on them as though they're there already. So that's why it's really easy to use things you already have. Really easy to use the things that you already have. And if there's something that you don't have, focus on having it rather than the lack of it. Because the more you focus on the lack of it, the more you're going to receive the lack of it. So the 5 is about either viewing something from the lack of it or from the gratitude of it. When you view something from the lack of, you cannot move from there unless you move yourself. You have to shift yourself. When you view something from gratitude, automatically you're in the zone of abundance. You're moving yourself into the zone of abundance without doing anything. Just from focusing on gratitude, you're in abundance. But focusing on lack will only create more lack. All right? The 8 is a message of universally inspired changes. The 8 is when you have the universe and it's like, Cheryl, you've done such a good job. This is what we're going to do for you. And it brings in manifestations into your world. That is the 8. Sometimes when the universe brings in a manifestation, I'll give you an example. Let's say you had a manifestation, or you had been creating, you want a beautiful relationship. Let's say you're already in a relationship, but you're not happy with the relationship. You're focused on the lack. But I really want them to show me more attention. But I really want them to spend more time with me. But I really want them to take me out more. I really want them to talk to me, have conversations. I really want them to be more affectionate. I really want them to, whatever it is, whatever. That would be focusing on the lack. To focus on the abundant or the gratitude would be, I really love beautiful relationships. I really love good communication. I really love affection and when people like to give me hugs, and I really love all of that. I really, really love it. You're focused on the abundance of, or the gratitude of. They're different places, no? So the 8, when it comes, if you're focused on the lack of, then what will happen is, let's say it was a relationship and you're focused on the lack of, and this person that you are with is not able to provide you with what you're asking for, the universe will get rid of them. That's when the 8 can feel like your world is falling apart. The universe will get rid of them because it wants to bring in a manifestation for you. But it can only bring in the manifestation when there's space to bring in the manifestation. So you may want this person to change to be the version you want them to be. But the universe knows more than you. You cannot change that person to be who you want them to be. And the universe understands that. So it will get rid of that person. And then with the 8, what can happen is we're like, no, but I love them so much. I really want that person. Why did they leave? I really, really want that person. But that person needed to leave to be able to create the space, to be able to bring in a person that is able to give you the affection and love and the support, whatever it is that you wanted. So the 8 is a manifestation, but there's these 2 ways of it coming about. It is either something leaving your life, and either way, whatever the way is, it's creating firmer foundations for you. If it comes as the manifestation that your world does change and a physical thing comes into your world, it will create firmer foundations that you get to walk in a faith, a belief system that supports you, because you trust in what you're putting energy into and you know that it's providing you the harvest of what you're wanting to create. If it's that something goes, then again, it's this opportunity of you seeing it. The thing about the universe is that it's always working for us. So even if something comes out of our lives, the universe is creating that version for firmer foundations so that we're able to build on this firmer foundation so that when what we do want actually does come, it's got the stability to be able to stand. It's like planting a seed in earth and you haven't planted it deep enough, for example, or the earth is not rich, it's not rich soil. So you plant it and it will grow to a certain degree. But let's change it. Let's say the earth is not deep enough and you've planted this tree seed. So you plant this tree seed into the ground, but the earth is not very deep. So the roots can only grow to a certain extent, and then the tree is going to collapse. It will fall on itself because it doesn't have what it needs to be able to spread all of its roots into the earth, to be able to create that firm foundation so that it can get taller and grow bigger and be able to provide that harvest. It won't happen. So it's like that. It's like the planting a seed and it not being able to create the harvest because there's the lack around it, with the 5, the lack point of view. So the challenge of the 58 is you working from a place of working from gratitude, because gratitude is abundance. It's all the same thing, it's abundance. When you're working from the gratitude, you're in a balanced place. You feel good, your world feels good, you feel like you're in love, the world feels like it's working for you, everything feels good. And then what you're attracting is more of what feels good. So your manifestations are able to come to you in a way that it does feel like your harvest is come to roost. You're collecting on your harvest. So the challenge is to keep yourself in that balanced place. Keep yourself in that balanced place. When something does come out of your life, because it will with the 8, there will always be something that changes in your world. I'll give you an example. So I said that, I think you were here as well. I was talking about my 8s. So when I was 8, I went to Mauritius. So yes, it exposed me to all of this different stuff, but it also meant that there was 6 weeks that I wasn't with my family. I was with my nan that I didn't like. I didn't like her at all. So I was in this space that I didn't necessarily like. The country I liked, but I weren't particularly happy in Mauritius. So there was a negative, but there was also the positive of experiencing something new. When I moved into my own flat, yeah, it was really exciting, but I was 17 and I was by myself. So I had no family with me. That was extremely scary. So yes, there was a positive. Now I get to live by myself, but there's also a negative that I don't no longer have the support of my family. Not that I had it, but I'm not around them anymore. They're not there. If somebody comes and knocks on my door, it's me that has to go answer. If someone attacks me, then there's only me in the house. Do you get me? There's this, it's a different environment. When I was 26, me and my husband got together, but that now means that I'm not exploring in the same way. I'm limited. I'm only with him. So although there is a manifestation that comes, there is also this loss that comes. How much attention you pay towards the loss is up to each of us, isn't it? Sometimes you may pay a lot of attention to it, sometimes you may not. You're just paying attention to the gratitude of what does come. But that's what the 8 is about. It's that, yes, a manifestation comes, but there is something that you lose within that. And it's about trusting that the universe is giving you the best version of what you have asked for in what it's able to give you with where you are. Because it all depends on the frequency of which we're in. But it's always giving you the best version it can give you from where you are energetically. So 58 is about you trusting in the process that the universe is giving. Being in the calmest place that you can. The 5 is about bringing yourself into meditation, going on walks in nature, going around water bodies, singing, dancing, keeping yourself in this high frequency, so that, especially with the 8, so that you're able to receive the manifestations in the way that they really do feel beneficial to you, and you can trust in what is being given to you. Thank you, Opulent. You can trust in what's being given to you, and you can trust in that it might not look the best that it can look at this moment, but it is bringing you an amazing harvest. After the 8 is 9, you're walking into opportunities, but it relies on you being in the gratitude state with the 5 so that you're able to receive the harvest.